University of Delaware, that people would lock their students out. If they showed up like 2 minutes late, they just locked the door and they wouldn't let them in. It's ridiculous.
Wow, that's finer education, higher education. We're going to need our calculator.
I don't think so. Grab it just in case. I don't think so, though.
Actually, Veronica.
Veronica's there, and you can work with Carly. That's totally cool. It's easier with partner, and we might not even need. By the time we get to the part where you're going to partner up, we'll have by more.
Okay.
So what I just did, actually, while we're doing this next bit, I have papers to get back to you guys. I have a bunch of stuff to get back to you guys. I got stuff back from Amber, and also I collected all the other stuff that I had in the folder left over. I want to return that to you guys too, just to get you everything back. I sent a progress report out about an hour ago. Hopefully some of you got it. David's got it. Good. Take a look. Make sure everything's in there. Something I did new this term was I started putting the quiz names on top of each of them. I used to just, if you had any last term, remember, it was just quizzes and then the scores underneath, and I realized that that's kind of confusing, keeping track of what you got. So, but the problem that I'm seeing with it is I want to make sure I've actually got them all on there. So people are really good about letting me know when something's missing. Just let me know if something's missing. That's why I want to give you all this stuff back. So you have everything that I've got back for you. And you can check that with your progress report and make sure that you've got everything in that you deserve to have in. The vast majority of students have no more quizzes to do, which is great. We do have an in-class quiz here, which of course you can choose to do. If you need one more, it's great to have one more quiz. You have one more to do and you'll get 10s on it. I also posted a couple for Wednesday. One's really quick, using this normal program, and the other one is binomial, I think, again, because I can't let it go. I just love that distribution so much. Oh yeah, it was a Rolling Stone article I read about Sarah Palin and her influence on elections. It was great, super fun. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. You can totally rip this one up. So, if you want to. So, you got 3 more quizzes out there, plus a project. Don't forget that. Don't forget that thing's due on Thursday. False positives, false negatives. Hopefully, you've got a chance to look at it, crack it open. Don't overthink it. It's not, the math in it is not crazy. It looks, when you open that first page, you might want to vomit, just because of the formula that's sitting there on the first page. Oh, too late. I'm sorry. but you're not. The point of putting that there is showing you what we're not going to use. But whenever you hear this idea of Bayes' theorem, that's the first thing people default to. I actually went to a seminar 3 years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, where all these math folks got together and somebody gave a talk on how, Bayes should not use this formula. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is after I've been doing it the way in your project for years and years and years. Like, sweet, I want to see what this person does. Gets up to the board and just starts using the formula. And everybody in the bubble, that's just a brilliant way of looking at it. Like, you're doing it exactly the same way you said you wouldn't. Like, show me something new. And afterwards, I kept her after. I'm like, what do you mean? A new way? She's like, well, did you see where I switched this thing? It's meaningless. It's like switching hubcaps on a car and saying it's a new car. It's the same car. So don't overthink the math on it. The whole bit of that project, honestly, is being able to set up those contingency tables. That's all it is. That's all it is. Once you set those up, it's done. And that ties back to your first and second projects. If you think all the projects are connected, hopefully you've at least noticed that a little bit. They're all connected to each other. What I've done is I took an entire chapter out of a normal stat textbook and stretched it over the entire term in these self-guided projects. I hate the way most stat textbooks approach probability. They cram it into a 2-week period. And they say, good, check, done. Not really, not unless you immerse yourself in the details like the projects have you do. And that way we keep them off exams and keep them off quizzes, and yay, and you guys are much happier about it. Just keep them kind of in their own little worlds right there. They get happier. We'll chit chat about that at the end too next week. 1 more week, you're done! Hot damn! It's wonderful. How's week 10 going? You guys look exhausted. All right?
That time change.
Oh, it's a time change. Wow. You should do away with it.
I agree.
You should do away with like Arizona.
Which side should we go with? The side with more light or the side with less?
I don't care whatever one you're on. So
Whatever this stay on right now, stay on this. Dark at 3 p.m. in the winter, I don't care. I don't care, honestly. I mean, it goes away. Where are we at? 44 north, right? That's our latitude?
Yes.
So we get nice long days in the summer.
45 actually.
45, right, yeah. Actually pretty close, closer to 45 than 44. Yeah, it's amazing what a difference that makes. When you're up in Canada, it's like till midnight almost. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked. Make sure you crack open the exam at some point to look at it. Make sure everything's there, you understand everything. Everything except for the very last couple questions you can handle right now. And the last couple questions you'll be able to handle after, if not today, Thursday, which is the reason I put these dice in front of you today. So, any questions you guys got for me? Please, Pat.
Next Tuesday, we do not have a class, right?
Correct. I think your exam's on Thursday. Your exam is on Thursday, which is our last meeting is on Thursday.
Turn it in.
Yeah, and I've got a little survey I want you guys to do, either on paper or verbally with me. That's kind of our set. I have to have you guys here on that day by contract. So I've got something planned for us to do that does not involve statistics proper. It involves how you guys learn statistics and how I can make the class kind of better around that. So that's what Thursday's going to be. And I doubt very much it's going to take more than 20 minutes. I mean, you can stay as long as you want. We've got 2 hours blocked out on that day. We're talking about next Thursday, the exam day. When you bring your exam, I'll return anything I have back to you that day. You'll already have had a progress report with everything on it. And I'll send one more. So I'm thinking you guys are going to get probably 2 more progress reports. One after this week's stuff. So you'll turn a bunch of stuff in on Thursday. We'll get that graded. Send a report out then. And then once you turn your exam in on Thursday, I'll get those things graded as quick as I can and then send one more out with that last exam grade on it. So you'll hopefully get, actually no, you will get your grades, assuming the network stays up, which is becoming less and less likely with every passing day. I got to do, somebody said they lost a document in their My Documents folder. I was like, impossible. It's got a 6 RAID disk backup. You guys proved that, right? Your third project, or your second project. You proved that you cannot lose stuff with 99.999999972% likelihood. And she swears she put something in My Documents and it got lost. I said, no, it didn't get lost. She's like, it did! I'm like, no, it didn't. Here's why. And then we drew tree diagrams and did the chickens and the roosters. The 105 was adorable. 105. And finally she's like, oh, I put it on my desktop. Like, all bets are off! That's like putting your keys on the park bench and complaining that somebody took them. No backups. No backups. Once again, statistics wins. So, not that I was trying to win. I was trying to make her understand. Her document was not gone. That fault of the network. Although there is some network issues, yes? Have any of you guys had corrupted files? I've heard some of this, and I've got some worries that they're keeping some stuff in the cloud, which still makes me nervous. That still makes me, although I'm sure the cloud is also backed up with 8 million hard drives. Yes, exactly. I'm sure it is.
Well, like, because I use the OneDrive, or it used to be called the SkyDrive, or because they can't use SkyDrive because it's somebody else's name or something.
Oh, it's a copyright thing? Oh,
I guess, I don't know. But now it's the OneDrive.
The OneDrive, okay.
But I can access that stuff and it's never been corrupted. I mean,
yeah, and I think...
And it's better than here because I can get it like at work or at home or whatever, you know, so I can work on the project
absolutely
anywhere.
Versus local machine versus network machine. Oh, for sure. I'm totally with you on that one, Pat. I don't know. I know the end drive on my computer goes away every once in a while and then comes back. I know that your progress report got corrupted at some point when the network went down that one day. It came back and there was a weird, some of you guys were like, where's my quiz? This snowfall quiz. I'm like, I went back and looked at the progress report. I'm like, what the hell? The field's gone. So I put it back in and now it's there again. So I'm not saying it won't be corrupted, I'm saying it'll still be there. It might be useless to you, but it'll still be there. So your keys left on the park bench, you might come back and they've been melted into coins, but they're still there. So you can't complain about them being stolen. That's how we cover things up in the computer world.
Bitcoins? No, Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin, yeah, very nice, man. So anyway, let's get into why I just gave you guys pairs of dice. We got you guys paired up now. We got 1 pair of dice, we need 1, okay, you guys are good, pairs. Martin, did I have you with somebody? We'll put, you're good, okay, we got a triple.